Okay, guys, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm actually not sure if there's anybody in at the moment. It does say I might have one viewer, but I can never trust what YouTube's panels actually are telling me on the screen. If there is anybody here, then please let me know if everything is working okay. Can you see the picture? Can you see the screens? And can you hear me? Those are the most important things. It doesn't matter if you can't see me, but as long as you can see the screen and you can hear me, that's all that matters. And so if there is anybody in here, please let me know if everything seems to be working okay. This side I seem to have pretty good connection, it's telling me. And it is telling me that there are a couple of people here, but obviously they're quiet people sitting in the background. Okay, so thanks for joining us anyway. I don't know what's happened to all the regulars that I used to have the last few weeks, possibly because of the European football that's going on. But it would be nice if we could get everybody back together again. And hopefully that will be tonight. It is Thursday. I don't think there's much happening in terms of European football. And so why not spend an hour or so here with us? And hopefully, as you can see, we will improve on what is going on here. But it does look to me like we are in a pretty good position. If we have a look at the league table, we're actually 15 points clear of Morecambe, who are in third place. Now, looking at this, it looks like that there's 3 teams that actually get promoted. Definitely 1 and 2, but it looks like, because that's green as well, looks like 3, third might get promoted as well. We'll just have a look at that. Yeah, so you got 3 going up, and then the next 4 down to 7th going into the playoffs. And so we certainly look like we're on course for 2nd, and we've closed the gap on Stockport to just 2 points. We were a long way behind Stockport. We haven't had the best of runs, and I can only assume that Stockport have had a worse run, and they don't seem to have played that badly. They had 1 draw and 1 defeat in their last 5 fixtures. And if we compare that against ours, we've had 1 draw, but we haven't had the defeat. So we did have a good spell last month where we just seemed to win all our games. The problem is with this team is that we don't have a defence. And this is something I'm really struggling to work out in FM24, is how to defend. And one day I'm going to figure out how to defend, and it might be that the game is actually, like some of the results, we have a lot of 3-2s, there's 3-3s, we lost 3-2, another 3-3, 2-4, 4-2. There's some very strange results. We let a lot of goals in, and I'm wondering if that's pretty standard for League 2. I don't think it is to have all those high-scoring games, but I might be wrong. Or if it's just that the game is just showing that this is a poor level of football, a poor standard of football. And so I'm kind of like still trying to figure out what this is. But as long as we are winning, then I don't think it matters how many goals we let in. With that in mind, somebody asked me the other day if the 4-1-2-2-1 still worked. And the answer to that is yes and no, because as everybody knows about this system, there are 2 systems, and one of them is a high press, and one of them is the low block. Well, it doesn't seem to me the low block works very well, but the high press does seem to work. But you still need to tweak it, and in tweaking it, what we've done is we have taken out counter press, and that's because this team, and possibly all teams at this level, I have the same problem with Hiroshima. I guess that all these teams, that smaller, lower level teams, are not very good at pressing. And that's why I've had to take the counter press out. And it seems to work better for this level of football when you're not counter pressing. So there's a lot of things for me still yet to try and work out. And hopefully we'll get there eventually. I'm not going to go and play balanced. I want to attack, although we are the away team, so possibly we should start in a more balanced style. And I do, against this team, want to focus play down the middle. We're pretty good in terms of injuries. We only have a few players coming back to fitness. Jody Jones will be back very soon, within a week. And, of course, Bajami, who's been out for a long, long time. We haven't actually played him this season, so we haven't actually missed him. But we have players like Tipton who are not fit, Namain who is not fit, who are yet to come back to fitness. But on the whole, given what happens in terms of injuries, I would say we're doing okay. I'm looking at this team, and a few of them are pretty tired. And so we'll just set up some OIs for them. So he's got a weak left foot, and so I think that's what we'll do. We'll put him on his left foot, and the left back. He's quite a good player. He's someone I should be aware of, but I'm not actually going to do anything with him. I might actually, Declan John, we're just going to close him down. Kevin McDonald doesn't have any pace. He can pass the ball. He's not a bad passer of the ball. I'm going to type mark him. Just try and take him out of the game. I like to type mark any creative players that they might have. And we will... his passing is probably more of a box-to-box type, this guy. I think that we're not going to do anything with him. We'll just leave him alone. Maybe just hard tackle him. It doesn't look too much of a threat. And then Tyler Smith... good pace, dribbling not bad, but he's not very strong. So we'll hard tackle him and left foot for Tyler Smith. I don't want to give these boys too many instructions, give them too much to do. I think we're just going to close him down. Pattison, we'll just close him down. He has a bit of a long shot on him. I just want to make sure that we don't allow him the space in the hole there to take on a long shot. And there's another one who's a hard tackle and right foot. Bit of pace, so don't want to do any more than that. And then Andy Cook up front. And we will have... fairly strong. He's got good... Both feet are good. He doesn't have any pace. I think I'm going to type mark him. No pace, no dribbling. We'll just type mark him. And then that's team instructions done. And at the moment, I'm not sure if there is anybody here. But we'll just crack on. We'll play the game. And if there is anybody here, leave me a message. I'm feeling quite lonely at the moment. I have no idea where all my regulars have gone. And let's take the sound out, because I've got a funny feeling I've got the sound on. Nope, it's off. And never press. No, I want to press Declan John. I think we need to show everyone. Yeah, we've done well recently, and they have been talking about us in terms of promotion. So let's get out there. Let's get off to a good start. You never know how you're going to start your first game of an episode. You've just turned on the game again. And you never quite know how it's going to work out. But at the moment, we are not playing very well. We are being beaten quite comfortably by Bradford. And we need to address this, because something is definitely not working. I'm not quite sure why Bradford suddenly have decided to play so well, but we are playing really badly, and we need to address this. And it's hard to see what's happening. We are being pushed way back, and for some reason they are pushing our lines really way back, and so I need to address this. And it's possible that I want to drop my line, come off the trigger press a little bit, because it is possible, and maybe what I need to do, yeah, we'll step up more. It's possible that we're being pushed back because the ball's over the top. And there we go. We've suddenly got a little bit of possession here. And let's hope that's a good sign, because we have been absolutely outplayed up to this point. You never know what the game is going to do when you switch it back on. But we do have a chance. He's offside by a long way. Is the linesman's not stopping? That looked offside to me, but maybe he's not offside. And that was, maybe it was a good change. I wondered why we were being pushed back. And the only thing I could think of is balls over the top. And our lines were were dropping deeper because of these balls over the top. So I decided to drop the line deeper, give ourselves more time at the back. And seems to have paid off. We are a goal ahead. And that is a pretty good start. And we do have a free kick now. And that's not far off by a penny either. So a pretty decent change we made there. And Stockport are drawing, I think, are they? Where are Stockport? I can't see Stockport here. But they must be drawing because level on points. But at the moment, it's okay. We're not dominating this game like I'd like to. But we're winning. Oh, that was close. That was close. And I want to get off to a good start. It's really important. We've come back into the game a huge amount. And they had got, at some point, they'd got to 6 or 7 shots. And we had not even started. So just altering the line there, I think I might have helped things along. Might have got us back into the game. You weren't that bad, boys. So let's go and get another couple of goals. Let's win this game. Bradford are not as good as us. If we have a look at the table, Bradford are down in 13th. We should be beating Bradford. Second half syndrome has started, where teams in the second half seem to play a lot better than they did in the first. Although we were, I would say, dominated in the first. So, and this isn't updating as much as I would like. I'd like that to update a little faster. But at the moment, we are still a goal to the good. I'd even take a draw here. Would be a good result, a draw away at Bradford. At the moment, we're still dominating possession. Bradford are still the better team, though. Still creating more than us. And they do have a chance. And is this the equaliser? I do find sometimes this game is extremely easy to read. And is that a penalty? Yeah, it's a penalty. That's the equaliser. You see, I knew it was coming. This game is extremely easy to read. I don't know. This is second half syndrome again. But it's been saved, and that is a really good sign. Oh, boy. I've got to do something about second half syndrome here. Let's make some changes. I don't know what to do. This is one of the puzzles of FM24. What is second half syndrome? How do you beat it? McGoldrick's playing really badly. Who can come on there? I don't have anyone who can play instead of McGoldrick, because I've actually put Crowley on the wing. So let's put Crowley up there and bring on the main on the wing. And then Longstaff is having a pretty good game today for a change. It's at the back, we're not playing particularly well. Penny can come off for Chickson. Nobody's particularly tired at the moment. That's what the opposition, are they tired? Akova, pacey, left foot and hard tackle. So that's that done. How are they looking? Are they looking tired? Yeah, they are looking quite tired, so maybe I want to go a little bit more positive. Let's go a little bit more positive. I actually am now going to push the line up a little bit more. And we're going to trigger press more often. And because they're tired, we're going to counter press. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to, maybe Kedwin Scott can come on for Randall. And we're just going to try and attack them a little bit more. Try and get the second goal that might make the difference. It's probably not a good thing to do. But 1-0, and it's just never enough. And there's the goal that brings them level. So, yep, second half syndrome is alive and well. I don't know how to play second half syndrome. I really have no idea how to combat that. I don't even know why suddenly a team plays 10 times better in the second half than they did in the first half. Sometimes it happens, but not on a regular basis. Not every team will do it. And this is what's happening in FM24 with second half syndrome. And like I said, maybe it's just saying your defense is rubbish. So you have to concede goals. Maybe that's what the game is saying. I don't know. But we certainly score goals, enough goals. We just concede goals like every time teams come near our penalty area, pretty much, we concede a goal. And maybe that is what is happening in this lower leagues. The game is saying your defense is rubbish, so you're going to concede goals all the time. Oh, that was a chance. And we never look like scoring when we get up the other end. So it's really weird what is going on in this game at the moment. The opposition look extremely dangerous every time they get near our penalty area, but we don't look very dangerous at all. And it doesn't matter whether they are like the worst team on the planet. In the second half of games, they actually murder you. We're good in the first half, but in the second half, absolute rubbish. Second half syndrome. I have no idea what it is and how to combat it. So Kedwin Scott came on, is having a lousy game. And Cameron didn't have the greatest of games. And then I guess we have to put one of the midfielders out. Bowden is playing better, or is less tired, so let's bring on Tom Pett. Go out there and win the ball. He's a ball winner. Let's see if he can win the ball and win the game for us. But I think it's just going to be another draw. And we've slipped down again. And looking at that, it looks like Stockport have drawn again, which is very, very suspicious of FM. Whenever Stockport draw, we draw. If Stockport lose, we lose. If Stockport win, we win. And it's very suspicious of about FM. I do wish I could get FM22 back with these graphics. I really do. It was a very even contest at the end of the day. Possession, we dominated, but we're just not creating chances. And it's I'm disappointed, and I keep telling them that. I'm really disappointed with them. It's nothing I can do. And MK Dons obviously won and closed the gap, so it's not going to be as comfortable at the end of the season as I thought it was going to be. It never is, and FM will take it down to the wire and then we'll win our last game. That's what normally happens, and I've no doubt that's what's going to happen this time. Wimbledon next, and where are Wimbledon? 10th. Again, we should be beating Wimbledon, whether we will. It's funny because I got a funny feeling we might have a bad episode this episode. There's patterns emerging. If we look at what's been going on, good episode, bad episode. Then we had a bad episode, good episode, bad episode, good episode. They would do a bad episode. There are definite patterns that we're seeing here. I'm just surprised that was only 1-1 and that there weren't like 1,000 goals in the game. Because generally at this level there's about 4-2 or 4-3. It's quite a strange FM this time. Very strange. I'm trying just to let it run. I do know that despite my complaints, we're doing really well, both here and in Japan. And I can't stop winning trophies. So maybe it's just different this year. Does the tactic work? At the moment, the jury's still out. It's definitely working at Hiroshima, because I've won 5 trophies in 2 seasons. It's out, definitely out here. Finishing second, I'll say yes. Yeah, he has been playing well, but he had a poor game in the last one, didn't he? Poor game. No, he played well there. Let's praise his form then. I really worry about praising and criticizing. I don't like talking to players anymore. It's just... oh, and here's the injury. And now when they're going to tell me that Cameron needs resting... I know. So with Rawlings and Tipton... Yeah, because Cameron, he can't do 2 games on the trot, can he? So we'll do Tipton and Rawlingson. Rawlingson is too old for this now. Look, they're both only 2-star. This is not going to go well. This episode is not going to go well. We can call it now. We can actually tell you now it's not going to go well. I'm going to give Palmer a rest, bring Pett in the middle, and I'm going to bring Bostock in instead of Bowden. Key positions, I think they probably need to be rested. I'm going to give McGoldrick a rest. Crowley can go up there, and the main can come into the attacking mid, onto the right wing. So we're just going to play through. I'm not going to get upset if we don't win. I think I'm due a bad episode. And I found that there's very little you can do. If you're having a bad episode, just go with it. The game writes itself. And interestingly, the other day, somebody was in a forum on Facebook. I happened to see it. And he said to me, I was doing so well. And I have no idea what's happened to my form, he said in the thread. He said, suddenly we've lost 4 games on the trot, and it's all come down to the last game now. And if I lose the last game, then I won't get the promotion. So immediately I just said to him, play the last game, you're getting promoted. And that was it. And then a couple of minutes later, he came back and he said, got promoted. It's like, was there any ever doubt that the game was going to let him win that last game? There was never any doubt. Oh, he's unhappy. All right, okay, we're not going to talk to players anymore. That's it. No more talking to players. So, don't talk to me anymore. That's it. I think I made the error there. It's hard to play when you're talking and trying to do. We're just going to go out there. We are home. And we're going to play positive. We're just going to do what we should be doing. And see what happens. I do suspect, though, this is not going to be a very good episode. It's going to be... We're going to probably finish in second, but the gap is going to be close to about 3 to 4 points. Let's call it at the beginning. And that's why I want FM22 back with these graphics. It was much harder to call FM22. This one, you can just tell what's going to happen. It doesn't take rocket science to work out what's going to happen. 1 shot, 1 on target against 1-0 on target. We're actually in control of this game. Probably a win. Wouldn't surprise me to see us winning this one 2-1 or 3-2. There's the first one. This is like so easy. Because now the shots on target ratio is high. That's all you need. And if it's high, you're winning. We also have 82% possession. And we're just dominating the game. But possession itself is not enough. You need to look at this. If it's high, which is 75 at the moment, we're winning the game. Theirs at the moment is 0. But if they were on 100, if they had 1 and 1, they would be winning the game. So this would be like 1-0 would not be the final score. But at the moment, because they're on 0%, we are winning this game easy. And our shots on target is getting better and better. It's now 80%. And we're 2-0 up. And this is a fairly easy victory against Wimbledon, who gave us a really tough game last time. I think because I tried to be a little bit more defensive against them. And it didn't work. So now that we are attacking them, forget defense. We have no defense. So we have no defensive ambition at all. And we are, we're 85% shots on target now. Even though the XG is below 1, it's this that counts. 6-5, 1-0. Possession is 61%, so we're pretty much dominating the game. We are pushing them back as well. We are not being pushed back ourselves. Everything looks pretty good. How it should be. And by not counter-pressing, we're staying fit. But here we go, second half syndrome is just around the corner. And I still got to try and work out how to deal with second half syndrome. I'd like a third goal for when they score just after half time. Oh, what did he do? You think he stubbed his toe then when he took that shot, didn't he? He stubbed his toe. At least that's what it looked like. Come on, let's get the third goal so when they score after half time, it's not such a big deal. And they will score after half time. All teams do. In this save, every team scores either just before half time or just after. Suddenly they've become a much, much better team. And all the highlights are going to be with them now for about 30 minutes or so. And their shots on target ratio is 25. Ours is coming down, as you can see. So ours is around about 55 or 60. And theirs is going up. Ours is coming down. So I am happy with the number of shots that we've had on target. I don't really want to change anything, but I feel like I have to. Because if I don't, then we're going to get this this like reversal second half syndrome. Jody Jones is looking tired. I'm just going to give him 10 minutes, I think, and then we'll take him off. Let's go with no changes. Watch what happens. Already there's been a little shift in terms of Notts County. Here we go. Here we go. Second half syndrome. There's the goal. Like, how do you deal with second half syndrome? What is it? Like, this is what I'm so annoyed with this game, because it's like you know what's going to happen. It's like taking the pleasure away from the game. You just know what's going to happen. What's happening to Stockport? They are winning. Of course they are. We are winning. Of course they are. Stockport are winning. It's taking the enjoyment away from the game. It's second half syndrome. They have come much more into the game now. And our shots on target is going down. Theirs are going up. And they are winning the game at the moment. And it's so easy to read this. I have to do something about this. If they get one more shot, I will be doing something. Right, let's make some changes. This is really, really difficult to manage. So Crowley could play in midfield, technically. He's a very good midfielder. Jody Jones is very tired now. So Edwin Scott can come on here. Look at Langstaff again. Langstaff. I have to sell him because he's no good. And I have to bring in a decent striker and the goalkeeper's playing badly. This is like seriously badly. That is a worry. I don't know who else at the moment. What I'm going to do, sometimes what works to stop second half syndrome is to press them a little bit more. I don't know. They are very tired. If we press them high up the pitch now, that might be the way to beat second half syndrome. Who knows? I really haven't got a clue. I don't have a clue. We are still just about the better team, although the shots on target ratio is equal for both teams now. So we're just about edging it, I think. Second half syndrome finished. I did say this would finish 3-2, didn't I? And we're not far off getting that result. Our shots on target ratio's poor. We're not actually looking very sharp. We started the game really well. We always do. But now we look dreadful in front of goal. Like we couldn't hit a barn door if it fell on us. Would be nice to have a highlight or two, which we're getting. But see, we don't look very sharp in front of goal. And we are coming down to almost 50. They are on 50. It's going to be nip and tuck as we go into the last few minutes. Anybody could actually... This could be any result. A draw or a defeat or even a win. It's close now. And we've got the third goal. I said it would be 3-2. And it's 3-1. And that does mean that they are likely to come back into the game. I'm going to call 3-2. This game is actually very easy to read. Very easy. Now that we've got this one, they'll score again. The number of goals we concede is ridiculous. But that helped by playing higher up the pitch later on in the half when they got tired. Why would I want him to be replaced by Bostock? It's a bit nutty, isn't it? Bostock should come on for Bowden. So hopefully it's a victory now, but I still think they will get another one. They will get one more chance. But we'll take the victory no matter even if they get a chance. So are we going to get another chance? But I still don't know what second half syndrome is and why these teams score just on the stroke of halftime or just after halftime. I don't know why that is. every single game, pretty much. But we have stopped it, and just by shifting the line, by adding the counter press, it shifted it. But here they come. This is the second. Oh, we've intercepted that one. Who is that? Is that Rawlingson? He's the old man, isn't he? He's the old man. So what's happening with Stockport? Stockport will have won. And we've got another one, 4-1. We've actually finally destroyed them at the end. And that's just because they do get tired running around after us. And sometimes the game gives us a fourth. Sometimes it gives them a second in the dying minutes. It might be worth giving McGoldrick a rest. Not McGoldrick, Langstaff a rest. But despite the fact that, once again, we don't look very good on the pitch, and we had a very poor result in the first game, we're still doing okay, and I don't understand this game at all. Nice work, everyone. That was good. And we are still 13 points ahead of fourth. You see how this is interesting, that Harrogate in fourth are keeping pace with MK Doms now. So they are now 13 points. So they're keeping 3 and 4 exactly the same. So we could yet get pulled down into that 3rd and 4th thing. And my guess is that what will happen is we will get dragged down there. It'll come down to the last game. And we'll win the last game. That seems to be what is happening in FM24. What happens after, and you become a better team, I don't know. Hiroshima, we're in our 2nd season with Hiroshima. Andy, how you doing, mate? Hello, everyone. You're saying I don't think there's anyone here, Andy. I think you're the only one. We've had people, I think, popping in now and again. But as you can see from the chat, you're the only one who said anything. And it was interesting on Tuesday. Actually, nobody was here for the last half an hour, so I just quit and finished early. So, but at the moment, as you can see, Andy, we are on a good run. And things are looking good, despite the fact that we got off to what I thought was a poor start against Bradford. We have beaten Wimbledon. We have suffered from second half syndrome again. Hey, MP, how you doing, my friend? Good to see some of the boys here. So I don't know, are you getting second half syndrome, Andy? I'm still getting it really bad. In both games, if we go back to that schedule, Bradford, we took the lead. We had a very good first half. And then they scored in the second half. We had a really, really good first half, and then they scored in the second half. They were much the better team in the second half. And then in this one, second half syndrome struck again. We were 2-0 up at half-time, and they scored just after half-time. And, my nerves were shot again, thinking, oh, God. But we managed to score 2 very late on. So that's happened in both games, where we've absolutely thrashed them in the first half. and, oh, my God, they come back really strong after half-time, and I still don't know how to figure this out. I have absolutely no idea how to figure it out. Let's rest these boys. because we're going to suddenly have fixtures coming at us thick and fast. Wimborne, have you got the 10 tiers there, MP, have you? A Wimborne in there. Maybe I'll do a Wimborne save for my second save, Andy. If they're in the tier 10 stuff. Maybe I'll do, after my rocking all over the globe is finished, I'll do a Wimborne as well. See we get them to Europe, Andy. Get them into the Champions League and win the Champions League with them. Easy, no problem. No problem. Why aren't you doing a Wimborne save, Andy? So Chickson, yeah, I'll agree with that. We do need to rotate now. We're going to have to rotate now. And I was thinking about it. I'm going to play Randall on the wing, just to give some boys a rest. And I'm going to rest Langstaff as well and play Moraes. I'm going to play him as a pressing forward. Prefers to play that role. And then Bowden and Palmer. I'm not going to change those, I don't think. They're fit enough. McGoldrick probably needs a rest. So Crowley can come in for McGoldrick. Nemain has been injured, so he could certainly do with some game time. And Brindley, I do need to get a right back in, don't I? Very short of right. We're going to give Rowling a game just because he needs game time as well. And then we'll bring back Cameron. And I think... is Baldwin fit? I think he'll be fit as well, but we'll leave that for now. And Chickson really needs to come in, give Penny a rest, doesn't he? So that's a little bit of a rotated team. We're going to have to rotate. Tipton, no, he played in the last game. And we'll just see if rotating the team actually does help. And meeting frequency every week? What? Who changed that? Every month, thank you. Who changed it to every week? Chris McKee, 21 years old. Now there's the boy that I want to sign, I think, for next season. But if you look at it, he's injury prone. One-footed. Can only play in one position, that's okay. Aerial presence, don't care. Long shots he's not very good at. And exempt from registration, acceleration, that's what you need. Yeah, he's pretty good. I would say his composure is one of his strengths. I would like to actually sign him. I'd actually like to play him as a poacher if it's possible. I have to. He can play his pace. He can make a very good advance forward. He can dribble, but it's his composure I'm impressed with, and his decisions. His passing is dreadful. He's a bit blinkered when it comes to passing, but I think he'll make a very good League One player, and I think this is the kind of the signing you need to make. So I guess, Andy, you recognise a lot of the Wimborne players then when you're doing the save, because you know them, because you go there to watch them every week. So are the players the same? It must be interesting looking at their attributes. There's also, I think Knapp Hill are in the tier 10. And Knapp Hill is where I live. I'm very tempted to do a Knapp Hill save after rocking all over the globe. That will be a lot of fun. They play only about a mile from me, so it would be quite fun. So Baldwin can play. So I'm glad he's fit. So I think we should get Baldwin back in the team instead of Rawlingson. Does he prefer left or right? Probably left, isn't it? No side preference. And then Cameron left. He's the left boy. So that's okay. So again, we're not going to worry too much about about defending. We're just going to try and win. And we'll just leave it at that for the moment. Don't make too many changes. I worry about making changes because they don't react well to changes. And I think we'll just we need to show everybody that we are a good team and keep this run going. It's a very good run. We haven't lost for a long time. So keep this run going. We've made a lot of changes, and I'm wondering, is that a good thing? We've got all the possession so far, and we've got the better of the game. And they are absolutely camped outside their penalty area. So once again, looks like we are the better team in the first half. Just got to be careful of the counter-attack. But this is also a time when you should be slowing down your passing. Maybe a tiki-taka would be quite good at this point. Did the goalkeeper save that? I thought it hit the post. So maybe slowing it down. Maybe a tiki-taka style might be better. A vertical tiki-taka would be better at this time in the season, because players are getting tired. We do play a controlled passing, but that's not quite as efficient as a tiki-taka. But we'll see how we get on in this game. We've certainly had the better of the game. And keep an eye on... It's very hard to find Stockport here in amongst all these. I don't think they're playing at the moment. Can't see them. But it is Crawley. As I said, we do have to be careful. We got to score, even if are the better team. We have to score. That's a poor pass. It's into no man's land. But at least Crawley have not had a shot yet. But then we all know FM. It only takes one, doesn't it? One shot wonders. Come on, you can intercept that. Crawley, come on, son. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. What a chance. Look at our front three again. 6.6, 6.6, 6.6. Defensively, we're better than we are in attack. Oof, poor goalkeeping. Hey, James, how you doing, my friend? But at the moment, yeah... I don't want this to be another draw. Games we should be winning. I can't go more than positive, I don't think. They are defending very, very deep. Well, we're on a good run at the moment, James. I want to tell them this isn't good enough. Especially the front three. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw. It's not good enough. These boys need to buck up a little bit, buck their ideas up. These are the three that are responsible for attacking, and they're playing really badly. And then Rawling is playing really bad. You've not been good enough so far. And we'll keep it as this. Second half syndrome, I've no doubt, will kick in. You can see it's already started just before half time. They didn't have any shots just before half time. They've already had 2. So second half syndrome is kicking in, which might not be a bad thing in this respect, because it will start pulling them out, and we can see they're coming out. So they've obviously decided second half we can beat them like every other team. And I need to change something up here, don't I? Let's take that out. Let's go more direct, and then counter press, but pull our line back a little bit and pass it shorter. Let's go for a much shorter tempo. I've got to do something. Let's just try and see if the shorter tempo works. Pull the lines back to get them out. No, it's going to work the other way, isn't it? We're going to lose this game, aren't we? I don't know. I always worry when you make the changes and then the opposition get the highlight. We've got to do something different, though, because we're just not creating enough. And now I have to make some changes anyway. So it looks like mixing it up, rotating. Oh, we're in here. Come on, Randall. Create a chance. Just one chance. Nah, it's not happening, is it? Let's demand more. And then I'm going to make some changes. Boy. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? I've let my bloody assistant set up the... And now I don't have my right back on the bench, so he's having a poor game. That's obvious. That's going to happen. I've got to stop doing that. My right wing is having a poor game, and I don't have a sub for him. That's so obvious, FM. Stop doing that. It's silly. McGoldrick will have to come on. Langstaff will have to come on. And Randall's having an absolute nightmare. As well as Rob. But there's nothing I can do about the left back. So it looks like another draw. And the gap is closing. It just does seem really, really weird. A net buster. A net buster. Set piece coach extraordinaire. Andy. It's going to peter out to a 0-0 draw, this, and they've not been good enough. This is just like the most bizarre game. What have you done, FM, to this glorious game that we once had? What have you done to it? But they've kept everything the same. Stockport obviously won, even though I couldn't see. They were at Salford. So now they've gone 4 points clear. But we've increased our gap to 14 over MK Dons. And the other two... Now Harrogate are still there. Harrogate are still there. So they're keeping those two together. You gotta love this. Must take some planning from the algorithm to actually know how to do that and how to No, he always wants a rest, that boy. I'm gonna suggest selling him. You can't have a rest all the time. But we haven't lost a game in a long time, but there's too many of these draws. way too many draws. This team is like Hiroshima. Hiroshima draws too many games. And at least we're not conceding shed loads of goals in this episode, as we did last time. Just every episode was at least 2 goals we conceded. And we do need to beat Accrington now. Got to beat Accrington. So that didn't work, rotating the team. We're just going to go back to the first team. If players can't take up the mantle for the first team, then they won't be rotated. They won't play. They'll just play when there's injuries and as substitutes. If I can't trust them, I can't trust them. Streams been a bit quiet over the last week or so, James. Very, very quiet. In fact, Tuesday I did the last 40 minutes or so on my own. So was a bit lonely, and I finished it early. It just didn't seem. Who's this? Oh, a goalkeeper. So that is a blow, but he's only the reserve goalkeeper. I've got Nunez can come in on the bench. Goalkeeper injuries. Oh. I'd like to score a few goals. We're dominating the first half of games, and I would actually like to score a few goals. So we'll bring, instead of just one, and then second half syndrome taking it away. So Penny can come back. Chickson didn't play well. Just be a reserve. If you can't take up the mantle, you'll just be a reserve. Then McGoldrick, Geordie Jones, and Langstaff. Yep, don't have a problem with that. McGoldrick, Geordie Jones, and Langstaff. It's about time Langstaff got me a goal or two as well. Yeah, I know. You did tell me that was really cool. No, I mean you're always here, Andy. It's no big deal. You're always here. I just wonder, perhaps if maybe I should cut down on them a little bit because I do 3 times a week now. Maybe I should not bother with the Sunday one. Maybe people are just like getting too much of it. I don't know. It's really difficult to gauge these things when you're doing YouTube. It's really hard to gauge what you should be doing. We'll bring Randall in for Kedwin Scott. So I need Chickson on the bench, Tipton a right back. See, he doesn't want me to have a right back. And then we'll have Crowley, Randall, and Moraes on the bench. It's not, the defence is poor. Tipton, should he play? Who does he want him to play instead of? Cameron, of course, needing a rest again. I think I have to sell Cameron and get a defender in who doesn't need a rest all the time. So if I can take Cameron out, and then we'll put Rawlingson on the bench. How old is Andy? He feels like 110 sometimes, I think. The same as me. I feel sometimes like I'm 280. Been around for such a long time. And then Langstaff. So how old are you, James? I am 66 in January. How old are you, James? 28. McGoldrick is not training very well. Why? Brindley, Chickson, they've reacted badly recently, so I don't want to be having a go at them at this point in time. Takeover rumours, I don't believe them ever. I've had so many of those in FM, but none of them ever have happened. Never had a takeover in FM. Never once. Let's save that. So there's about 9 or 8 games to go? 8 games to go. 14 points clear of third or fourth. I think we should. If it was any other version of FM, I'd say we were safe. But because it's FM24, I don't trust it. I mean, the familiarity with this tactic is phenomenal. They are very, very familiar with this tactic. Tipton, does he? What's his side preference? Central, but can use both feet so he can play on the left. I'm just going to go with what we were doing last time. I don't see the need to change it. I think changing it just upsets the players. You did have one, did you, James? I've in all my years playing this game, I've like seen rumour after rumour after rumour, and I've never had a takeover. Never ever. So I never believe it. Actually never believe it. We're on a good run. Let's go out there. Keep it going. Let's get this promotion, and then we've really got stuff to worry about next year. If we get promoted, we're in real trouble. But if we don't get promoted, I'll probably get sacked, so the options are limited. Well, 1-0 down already. It's all going to go pear-shaped at some point. Let's go positive. Defending is not an option in this game. Defending is no good for anybody. Got to score goals. In fact, I might go attacking in a minute. If they're going to be the better team, let's attack them. Breaking my lines with ease, aren't they? So let's pull that line down, step up more, and go attacking. Sometimes playing this game, you lose the will to live, don't you? You just lose the will to live. I don't actually know why we put ourselves through this. It's like, it's just so predictable, and it's. Oh, both of their goals have been disallowed. Oh my lord, I didn't see that. But still, the warning signs were there, so we don't want to. So we don't want to be playing in the way. It's both their goals were disallowed. I thought they were pretty good goals. I wasn't complaining about offside or anything. They looked like good goals to me. But the warning sign was enough. Their counter-attacking was over the top. Our lines were not good. We need to score goals. I mean, we still like... How come they've scored twice and only had one shot? I don't understand this. Or maybe because they don't count the shots if it's offside. But we are a much better team than them again, clearly from the stats. And again, we can't score goals. Specifically marked. I don't have anybody who can specifically mark players. But I do have a net buster, my a set piece coach, who who has superb set-piece training, and Baldwin has made it 1-0. And at least Baldwin isn't complaining he needs a rest. And we have absolutely dominated the first half. Match momentum is all Notts County, but it's only 1-0. And Adeonin needs to be dealt with, doesn't he? It's Adeonin. We need to type mark him. And has he got a weaker foot? Left foot. And then the boys who are feeding the ball over the top, they need to be type marked as well. I don't know why he's saying never press. You should never do that, because he'll find space in the box from a corner. And you won't press him, and then he'll drive it in. Big mistake people used to make against Liverpool in FM22 was always assistant managers would say, never press Van Dijk. And then, of course, when it comes to a corner, Van Dijk picks the ball up in the penalty area and nobody goes and presses him and he scores. Big mistake people make made in FM22. Okay, we have dominated possession. Let's be nice to the boys. But look at my attack again. But I'm going to say I'm not happy with your finishing. Let's get some goals, boys. Second half syndrome is about to kick in. We need some goals. I don't know how the heck we've managed to be 1-0 up in this game. Annette Buster, the set-piece coach, is responsible. But no, second half syndrome has not kicked in yet. Yeah, McGoldrick has got worse. Langstaff is holding his own, but the other two have got worse. Time for some changes up front. Geordie Jones, dreadful. So Randall can come on for him. Murray can come on here. Or maybe Nemain Crowley can come on for Nemain. There's my goalkeeper again. He's a 6.8. Sometimes my assistant doesn't want to... he says I don't feel confident enough in his ability to give advice. Sometimes my assistant just... I know, they're very, very tired. I think what we've also got to do now is counter press. And take off dribble less because they're very tired and we're not a bad dribbling team. And let's put them under pressure at the back. We are pushing them backwards. And they haven't had a shot on target. They're not really that big a worry. Although it's only going to take one, isn't it? And now let's go and score a second goal. And then I can relax. He possibly could get booked for that, Andy. In fact, more than that. He could get a suspension. A long time suspension for holding his own. Yep. Ungentlemanly conduct. Oh, I say, Marius is actually playing quite well. Marius, he came on for Longstaff and scored, and now he's come on for McGoldrick and scored. He maybe deserves a little bit more game time. Might start him as the attacking mid in the next game and put McGoldrick up front. Might be an interesting experiment. But we've got the 2 goals, and that's what I wanted. And we've closed the gap to 1. What's happening to Stockport, then? How come we've closed the gap to 1? Where are Stockport today? I can never find them. Sutton. Oh, here they are. They're losing 3-1 to Crawley. Interesting. And MK Dons must be losing, but it's still interesting that MK Dons and Harrogate are staying together. So that's still a very, very interesting piece of news. We, on the other hand, want to pop back now to balanced. I don't want to be in attack mode now. We'll just be happy to take the 2-0 at this point. But it would be even better if we can add another one. You're offside, my son. Tipton was miles offside there. Where are you going, Penny? Just lob it into the box. That was the idea there. They look better when they're playing it slow. I wonder if I should slow it down. They look better when they're just passing it around idly. Oh, nice dummy. I've never seen that before. Somebody doing a dummy like that. That's a first. He just ran across the ball and let it go. That was really cool. Chance, yes, 3-0. They're just, for some reason... No, offside, is it? Offside. Good goal, though. For some reason, they look good when they're slowing it down like that. Penny can come off. Chickson. But Jamie Bowden is tired. Can't do anything about him. Can I bring... Jamie Bowden will have to play on. Langstaff is absolutely terrible. Let's bring Rawlingson on. No, they're not tired. I'm just going to put Rawlingson on for Bowden and have him play as the DM. There's only a few minutes left. Hi Stuart, how you doing? Good to see you. But is this where they're going to get back into the game? They've had 7 shots, none on target. Is this the one that they're going to get on target? Yep, there it is. The one shot that they're going to get on target. And my goalkeeper just said, yeah, have a goal here, lads. Just be nice to them. That might not have been the best plan to bring Rawlingson on into midfield. Because now I think we're going to suffer. And I don't want him. We'll just have him as a defensive mid on defend. But Bowden was on his last legs. Well, there's going to be another highlight, is there? And maybe we're not going to close the gap on Stockport. Absolutely, James. How are you doing, Stuart? You good? But hopefully we'll get another one now. FM will say, don't panic. We'll give you another goal. We certainly deserve to win. We'd be much the better team. Langstaff is not playing very well, though. He's got to go, that boy. I can't have a striker in the next league who disappears for 5 games at a time and then comes and scores 2 goals and then disappears again. But we have beaten them. And I don't know how we're beating these teams. We've booked a playoff spot, but I just don't... Look, 6.3 again. 6.3 for Geordie Jones. McGoldrick, 6.2. Not good enough. I think that we pretty much should be... There's just 7 games to go. We are 14 points clear. We pretty much should be promoted. That's got to be a promotion spot. I don't want the playoffs. That's not good enough for the board. And when is the next game? Well, let's hope it's a Saturday so I can rest them. Yeah, we've got a week to rest. I mean, if you look at our form, it's pretty good. For this league, it's pretty good, I would say. You've got to be happy with that. But I'm never happy. That's my problem. I am never happy. I want my teams to win every game. But the problem is going to come in the next league. If I don't have a good transfer window, this is going to be one tough promotion. Because League 1 is going to be a lot tougher than League 2. And getting promoted in your first season is never a good thing. It happens to me quite a lot, but I don't like it. Yeah, it's pretty cold at the moment in the UK. Pretty cold. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention to you guys is pretty soon, I think, there's going to be some merch available on the channel. I'm going to start with bog standard t-shirt and mug. And I'm working on the Let's Kick Some Balls logo. And so we're going to be doing a design, Let's Kick Some Balls design. So there will hopefully be some merch available on the channel. Probably I'm going to wait until the new year for that. Just going to make sure that the designs I'm doing are good. So that's a bit of news that I'm thinking of doing, which should be quite fun. Having a Let's Kick Some Balls mug and t-shirt. We'll start with those and see what happens. And so that'll be quite good. Have I got any targets? No. Promises. These are old promises. I will need a goalkeeper. McGoldrick and 15 others are unhappy. I thought FM were going to solve that. They were not going to get unhappy about the goalkeepers anymore. They keep promising, don't they? They did in FM23. They promised, we're going to be taking that away, and it never happened. They promised, we're going to be solving the problem with the goalkeeper unhappiness. Still there. Cameron, you want to play now? So we'll bring back Cameron after he's had another rest. And then he's injured. No, he's on international duty, is he? I mean, you mean I've got an international player? Geordie Jones on international duty with Malta. I have an international player in my ranks. And we'll bring Randall on there. And Kedwin Scott. He's only a left winger, but Crowley can play on the right. I'm going to put McGoldrick up top as an advanced forward, and then I'm going to put Marias in, because he's looks like to me the man in form. And if he can score some goals for me today, I'll be extremely happy. Loaded up Wimborne. And just check the Knaphill play. Yep, that's the one. Knaphill, Reading Way. I don't live far from there. From Reading Way. In fact, it's walkable in about 10 minutes to their ground. I'll have to go and see them play it one of these days. I've got to get out more. I'm always making videos. I've got to get out more. Go out and see Knaphill play. And take my camera with me and take some video. And when we come to do the new series, Knaphill, the road to the Champions League final, we'll have some video of them playing as well, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, what a good idea. Yeah, Knaphill. Are they playing in the same league as Wimborne? Are Knaphill playing in the same league as Wimborne? That'd be quite interesting. So what was that? Salford. We got to play Salford now. They're a tough team, aren't they? Shane Flynn, 22-year-old fullback. Probably better than what we've got, but I think I'm going to need better than that for League One. He is a fullback as well. He's a good young player, isn't he? but his development will have suffered. He's been out for a long time. Who are we playing? Salford. They're a good side, Salford. But unfortunately, they're not playing that well. They're down in 19th. And we are at home. It's a game we should be winning. If we can win this, it really does set us up. If we can win this and MK Dons lose, we'll be almost home and dry. The skin, Stuart, is work the spaces skin. I keep saying that it's a temporary thing. Hi, Robert. Hi, how are you doing, Robert? First time I'm watching you. But, yeah, Hiroshima's quite fun, Robert. That's a lot of fun. I'm about a week and a bit ahead of you in the Hiroshima save. But it is a lot of fun. And hopefully I'm going to get to travel around the globe quite a bit over the coming months. Which and it's just something different, the Hiroshima save. I've actually enjoyed doing it. So if we can beat Salford, that'll be like 6 games left and 14 points clear. And if actually MK Dons lose, 17 points clear, it's pretty much home and dry. So if results go right, then we could actually almost solve our problems here at home to Salford. I think we're going to go and start with a standard line. I'm going to learn from the last game that we got caught badly. And I think I'm not going to change anything else. I'm going to limit what I'm doing in terms of they are going to sit back and try and catch me on the counter. Matt Smith. We'll just type mark him now. He's very good actually, Matt Smith. He's a very good player. I'm not going to do anything with him at this point in time. Might need to later, but how come he's not someone who's dominating the league then? He looks like a very good player, good striker for this level. And what's my assistant saying? He's always saying the same thing. It's important we make use. So I need a strong defence today. I'm hoping. They've reacted fairly well. But let's see if Marius is actually in the form that I think he's in. Oh, Brindley was not fit. Has he taken a knock or did he just... Yeah, he took a knock. He's getting better. No, we're being, like, taken apart at the beginning again. That's offside. Way offside. But that's a good sign that they've got another offside goal. We've been the better side, but we haven't seen any of our highlights. So come on, boys. 17 points ahead with 6 games to go, and we're home and dry. 1 point, we can get 1 point. At the moment, it's 15 points. This is not working, is it? Although we've had all the play, we're not getting the highlights. I'm going to press them. Again, it looks like it's that ball over the top, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is counter press. And I'm going to push the lines up, attack, and try and beat them by attacking them. Although I don't feel very optimistic about this. A team right down the bottom, struggling. Usually their revival starts against me. Wrexham in the bottom half. And Newport, yeah. I beat both of those in the last episode. Oh, there's Marias. I had 22. I did a very good Newport save. Because, of course, I'm from Wales. I did Newport and then I moved to Swansea. That was quite fun as well. Newport took them to Champions League football. As you do, as you always do. Come on, boys, we need to be better than this. We're absolutely hammering them, but we can't score again. What is it? What is it? We're not scoring goals. My assistant did say hit early crosses. I wonder if he's right. Because there's nothing else that I can think of. We're playing well. Gone to press them. And we're now playing well. We're just like playing up front like idiots again. Although Randall has a 7.1. Marias has a 6.5. Therein lies the problem. This is the main. Into the box. Oh, nobody on the end of it. What a chance. Well, it's not going to be today then, is it? It looks like another 0-0 draw to me, this one. Although we've got 50% shots on target. No need to panic yet. Matt Palmer, what's he upset about? Nervous. Why is he nervous? Half time's coming up and they haven't scored, so that's why he's nervous. What's the boss gonna say? Again, this is terrible, and that's what I'm gonna say. I don't like it. And you should be nervous. McGoldrick. And these... Again, it's the attacking players. You've not been good enough. Get out there, do it. Yeah, unfortunately, Stewart, Wrexham and Newport struggling in League Two in my save here. And I have beaten them both very recently in the last episode. Come on, we're in. Yes! Yes! So, could we do it? Could we get safe here? Finally, somebody... Maybe it was my team talk. Get your act together. Because Nemain was one of those I told off. And he's broken the deadlock. Good dribble. So come on, boys. Could we actually do it here? I don't know. Let's have a look at some... We're absolutely blasting them the way. There's not even any second half syndrome here. And that's probably because I made changes. I thought Salford were a good team. But look how far up the pitch we are. We're totally in their half. Camped in their half. And finally we've got a 2-0 lead. Cameron, he scored, so he's probably going to need 3 weeks off after that. After scoring. He's going to... you should have scored. At least 3 changes needed. You don't really want to panic, James. Now is, if we hadn't scored, now I'd be thinking of changes. But we've scored 2. A good ticking off was what these boys needed at half time. And all of them have recovered a little bit. Even, Randall is playing well. Palmer's lost his nervousness. He's playing well now. They all look, apart from Penny, nearly lost that. Nemain has having a stormer now. I could have taken him off at half time. Oh, so close. But he's having a stormer. This is the only cup I'll get on FM. No, Andy, you can't say that. Everybody can win cups in FM. Knapp Hill will win the Champions League. Winborn will win the Champions League. Given enough time. This game isn't that hard. It's just frustrating. Complacent, Marias. Is that how he's feeling, is it? And let's bring on Langstaff. Learned his lesson. Palmer's better. Baldwin isn't playing very well. Rawlingson can come on there. Let's just go with that for now. It's the only cup I'll get. No, Andy. Anybody can win cups in FM. It's a fairly easy game. What is that little thing there in the corner? Couple more subs. Bowden is tired. Penny's tired as well. So let's go and get Penny off. Strengthen up in defence rather than in the midfield. I do really well in cup competitions. I win lots of cups. And in the Hiroshima save, like I've won 3 cups and 2 titles in 2 seasons. I just do okay in cup finals. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's... You got to set up a final properly. They've got to be well rested. You've got to do lots of set-piece stuff. Langstaff is back. You've got to do lots of set-piece stuff in the week before. Penalty training. Do a little bit of fitness work. Just like anything that they're going to need. And then, invariably, start them playing on a low tempo, low intensity tactic, and then up it as the game goes on. And as you come to extra time, then you're going to be fitter than the opposition. My record in cup finals is good. Playoffs, my record is terrible, but then most people say that. But cup finals, pretty good. 3-0. This doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, preparation for finals, really, really important. And Salford, why are they the better team in the last 10 minutes here? But we've absolutely put them away. So hopefully that is job done. That could be pretty much job done in terms of promotion. 17 points ahead with 6 games. MK Dons lost, did they? Yeah, they lost 1-0. Harrogate didn't play. Yeah, they must have. Yeah, they drew. So we only need 1 point. Gary Neville's team get a hiding. So yeah, Newport. We're at Newport. Newport actually not doing too bad. They're in 16th. Wrexham 17th. Newport, Wrexham 16th, 17th. Surprising. I thought that Wrexham be higher. But I really just want to worry about Notts County. And we are almost home and dry. 1 more point, and that'll be enough. And we could do that tonight. Namain on form. It's about time he had a get. Promotion joy for... Oh, Stockport are already promoted, are they? I wouldn't say that. They're only 18 points ahead. If they lose all 6 games, MK Dons could still catch them. Goal difference would be tough, but they are promoted. Oh, wait a minute. Harrogate can't catch them. Yeah, so they are promoted. We just need 1 more point and then we are promoted. Second half syndrome looks like it's the last couple of games hasn't been there. And I don't know if I've done anything differently, which is kind of interesting. So they can be okay until Friday. And who have we got on Friday? We've got Swindon. Where is Swindon? 15th. A point against Swindon should be enough. And then we go into the last month of the season already promoted. Tipton injured. Second half syndrome, I don't think is ever going to be over, James. Some teams just like, there's nothing you can do about it. They just come out like Barcelona in the second half. I think half the problem is playing in key highlights. God, he's always getting injured. And if you're in key highlights, you don't actually get to see what is actually happening. You just see the highlights. So you never see it building up. You never see why they are creating so much, what they've changed. So yeah, maybe it is. It's Bostock, Crowley. Actually, it's probably not a bad idea to rotate some players, is it? Bowden must be tired. And Langstaff, McGoldrick. We go back to what we were doing. And is he going to be fit? Probably not. So maybe we'll put Crowley here. And Palmer can play. He's fairly fit, Palmer. So we need 1 point from this game. Probably, because this will probably be now the... hey, Matty. The skin I'm using is Work the Space skin. TCS, Work the Space. I was just going to use it temporarily, but I'm actually getting used to it now. And it's not a bad skin. It works nicely. It doesn't slow it down too much. And I've got used to the fact that you can't customize the in-game tablet. You have to just, to get the table, you flick over from one to the other, but that's okay. I should be playing this game in more than key highlights, but we're just going to go and play how we play. And hopefully get the result. We just need 1 point and we will be promoted. We're going to do some... Again, it's another team that's going to sit back. I don't want to do anything with him. Hutton. Or him. Decent players. Going to hard tackle Uwakwe. And then he should be tight marked, I guess. Yeah, we'll just tight mark him. He's not that good, but worth type marking. Jake Young, which one is he? He's the one that should be type marked. Hard tackle him and type mark him. And don't type mark this one, because he's going to wander around. He's going to drop deep. So I think it should just be hard tackled. He's going to drop deep, that boy. So we don't want to be having our defenders coming out and leaving big spaces. I'm going to start with a high press. And I'm going to start with a counter press. Just to see how this goes. I think this is a team we should be beating. And we've got to be attack minded. I don't know why he's got me on balanced. So let's go out there. I've got faith in you. And what's interesting is we haven't conceded too many goals in the last few games. So maybe now it's time where we're going to concede 5 or something. I don't know how this game is going to work this out. It's a bit too early for us to get promoted when there'll be 5 games left. Oh, we have taken the lead, and if that now stays, then we will be promoted. With 5 games to go. Might not have been a bad idea to actually press them early on. They're not playing extremely well, Swindon. So might have just caught them out a little bit. But interestingly, we haven't had a shot yet, and we're 1-0 up. I would say that was a shot. It just got a deflection. Yeah, Stuart, it's really difficult. Defending is one of the big issues in this year's game. Especially if you're lower league. Defending in lower leagues is very hard. I think we need to come off this press now. We've just caught them out, but we don't want to be giving chances like that for them to get back in the game. So we'll come off the counter press. Drop the line back, step up more. Zero shots, yeah. Oh, we've got one now. But that Penny took a shot, it got deflected and went in. It might not have been on target, but it was still a shot. I don't know what the game's doing. That was perfectly good shot to me. It just deflected and went in. Should still count as a shot. It wasn't a cross that he was attempting. This is very even. Look, there's no match momentum at all for either side. Very even. And there's the equaliser. Something's going wrong here. Something's not right, is it? They are the better team at the moment. So what do I do? Jimmy Glass. Yeah, I remember, Andy. I remember Jimmy Glass. So what do I do? We're being totally outplayed here by a team that should not be totally outplaying us. I got to attack, haven't I? I've got to attack. This is not good. This is not good. We simply have to be better. I'm going to attack them. I'm going to go positive, and I'm actually going to press them. Get rid of that. I don't want that. And we're going to counter press. Maybe I won't counter. We'll take that off, take that off. Got to attack them and take that off. Look at these, 6.4. Attack again. 3 boys up front. Oh, God. Dressing room. Three boys up front. 6.4, 6.5s. Not happy. Oh, this is supposed to be a happy day. Come on, FM. But I did think it was a bit too early for us to secure promotion. 5 games to go. Doesn't make any sense. So, at some point we're going to lose a game. And is it here? Yeah. Well, not going to let me get promoted with 5 games to go. That would be absolutely ridiculous, FM. And let's berate them now. This is not good enough. They're just absolutely shocking. We haven't been in this game at all. The only other thing I can think of to do is to slow the game down. Try the shorter passing. And go attacking. So we're going to have to make some changes here. Bostock's on a 6.3. He can go. What's happened to my bench? I don't have anybody in midfield. What has happened to my bench? I don't have a midfielder that I can bring on. Oh, that's my fault then. But I didn't leave it to the assistant. But I don't have a midfielder I can bring on. What on earth? Let's put Crawley. Can Palmer play down here? Yeah. Crowley can go in there. Namain can come on for Bostock. Crowley is just having as bad a game as anybody. McGoldrick. Kedwin Jones. I'll have to leave Langstaff. Kyle Cameron has decided to take today off. And that's it. That's about as much as I can do. Fullbacks. Crowley, there's nothing I can do. Oh, I am such a dummy sometimes. Such a dummy. Okay, James. See you next time, buddy. Doesn't look like we're going to get promoted tonight. So we will see you next time. At the moment, no, we're still at 1 point away from it at the moment. So it's not going to happen. It's a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. But we couldn't go on winning and drawing forever. We had to lose a game at some point. And it was way too early to be getting promotion in FM. Even if we get the draw out of this, it's not going to be enough to get promoted, I don't think. Oh, we've got back to 2-2. We still could win it. We still could win this. And even though it won't be enough for promotion, we'll still be in the needing 1 point. But Marias has scored again. Langstaff is absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So what's happening here now? 88, so 15 points clear. Well, we're pretty much promoted. Harrogate 69. We'll be 19 points clear. With 5 games to go. We will be promoted if this result stays the same. These results stay the same. We are promoted. Because 3rd place gets promoted. But it's another game where we weren't defeated. We're going up. Yeah, we're going up. We have been promoted. What's that say at the bottom? You guided your team to promotion in the first season. Okay, a Steam message. So we have been promoted. We are 19 points clear of Harrogate. It's in the bag. Notts County celebrate promotion. Promoted to Sky Bet League One. Oh, the board have set the budgets, have they? Praised by Notts County. Of course. The Notts County board praising me to the hilt. Of course. Delighted with the vision. We were supposed to gain automatic promotion required, and we've passed. So Why they're delighted, I don't know. What are the budgets? 266,000. Loans, I think we are going to be looking at getting in lots of loans. And, oh boy. I got paid a bonus, did I, of 8.5 thousand. Can we still win this league? Is it possible? 3 points behind Stockport. We can still win the league. We could still win the league. I'm not discounting that at the moment. Our form, if you look at our form over the last part of the season, our form has been very, very good. Do we have to play Stockport? No. We have to play MK Dons and Harrogate. These two games are big games. But then after that, I would say we could still win the league at this point in time. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. I think what I will do is come back next Tuesday. I don't think I'll do Sunday this week. I think it's a bit too much for people coming in on 3 times a week. So we'll just come in what we were doing before, Tuesday, Thursday. Liverpool are running riot, are they, Stuart? That's pretty much how I thought that might go. So we'll call it a night for here. Thanks, guys, for coming in, keeping me company. Really do appreciate it. I really do enjoy these nights. It's much better for me than making videos. I get to chat to people, and I really do love doing live streams. And for some reason, they always seem to be more exciting. You're actually living the games with other people. It's just much more exciting than playing on your own. So thanks for coming, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, all being well, we will see you next week. Stay safe, have fun, keep playing. Have a good night.